Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell, and welcome back to another side quest where we chat about video games.
Yes.
With XL Magpie.
Hello.
We've got some news.
Yeah, there's been news.
We've got some. First thing I'm going to talk about. Now, I can't actually find an article about it, but I have seen it reported on.
Yes.
If you know what I mean. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Konami. Konami's apparently stocks fell so bad that they're actually thinking of letting their other development studios make games for them.
Yeah, so basically, like, license out the Metal Gear, Castlevania,
Silent Hill, probably Contra.
I mean, we were talking about this not that long ago.
No.
What would I say, like 4 to 6 months ago? There was a Konami article about something, and I think it also correlated at the same time that Microsoft bought Bethesda.
It was the Silent Hill.
The Silent Hill
with, I think, Dead by Daylight was around about the same time.
Yes, yeah, something like that. Some guys talking about it. And then all of a sudden this got reported on, and
well, to be fair, they've not really released any games, really. I mean, the last one they released was Contra.
Yeah,
and PES.
They are on the right. Apart from, if you don't count Pro Evolution Soccer, because that's a yearly thing. Except this year, I think it was just because it's a mid-console transition. They basically didn't. It wasn't really a new game, but it was more of an update, basically like an update of kits and transfers and stats and all that. And unlike FIFA, they were a little bit more above board with it. And I don't think they charged as much as FIFA. I can't remember the price exactly. I want to say £20, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it is Konami.
It is Konami.
But yeah. So, I mean, instantly it's like Sony's getting Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
If the rumors are true, Sony are going to buy a Metal Gear Solid as soon as they can. That's what I honestly think.
Kojima Productions.
Exactly. Like, they're just going to go for it.
In one sense, though, I'm like, does Kojima want to do another Metal Gear game?
Maybe not, but I think Kojima would like to have the fact that, you know, this is a game that he's done.
I think if he does,
umbrella.
I think it'd be because he doesn't want the last game
to be Metal Gear Survive.
Yeah, the last game of the entire franchise to be the horrific Metal Gear Survive. I mean, I still don't understand how the fuck they have to license out the Fox engine.
I would.
They have to. It is still. I look at the Fox engine as like Metal Gear Solid 5 is still like really good to look at, and it works so. And I'm like, how is Konami fuck this up so bad? How hard do you have to try to fuck up?
I know
the printing of money that you have access to.
It's terrible.
Like, you have Metal Gear, you have the Metal Gear Solid franchise, you have Contra, you have Castlevania, you have Silent Hill, you have the Fox engine. Like, just make a competent game and it will make money. And yet you still failed at that. It's just like, I just don't understand how clearly I don't understand how the AAA game industry works, because you know, I look at Activision Blizzard and like, especially like people, the head ups and the higher ups and the people in charge, and like Bobby Kotick, I'm like, what benefits do you give? What benefits do you give?
It's very true.
Because I'm looking at the amount of money you're making, and I don't understand. I don't see the benefits to the company that you give justifying the amount of money that you're making, because that money could go on to, I don't know, maybe more staff to make better and more games, which would then have a knock-on effect of making more money. I mean, that's how capitalism is supposed to work, not this bullshit you have in front of you. you're claiming is capitalism. But anyway, rant over. Back to Konami.
Back to this.
Back to Konami.
So, the other thing is that I think because the reason why I think Sony would take Metal Gear Solid as soon as they possibly could is because Metal Gear Solid kind of has... Metal Gear Solid and PlayStation kind of just go together.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid, because like Metal Gear Solid.
It is Metal Gear Solid is a PlayStation game.
Well, I think 4 was already on the PlayStation 3. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, 4's the only one that's on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah, I know it's the only one that's on the play. I can't remember if they got released on Xbox.
No, it didn't.
And then there's the Metal Gear Solid 5.
I think Phantom Pain and 5 got released on the Xbox.
Yeah, I know that because...
but yeah, I think, especially if the rumours of Sony maybe wanting to do a Metal Gear Solid remastered is true. Because that would... I mean, they just I'd just give it to Bluepoint because they're just fucking... I still don't understand how they do it.
Well, the thing is, though, is like making a remaster of Demon's Souls is a lot different to making a remaster of Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, but I believe Bluepoint could do it.
I'm not going to put it against them that they may or may not be able to do it. It's just like there's a lot of intricacies in the intricacies of Demon's Souls and the intricacies of Metal Gear
they're
completely different.
Yes, I didn't say that they were the same.
But I wouldn't... Look, like I say, if they gave it to Bluepoint and it turned out to be amazing, I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
But then again, I could understand if they didn't give it to Bluepoint because that's not what their expertise per se might have been in, sort of thing. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's like I can understand why the reasons for and against, sort of thing.
I think the reasons for outweigh the reasons for
potentially. Yeah,
personally.
But then again, it's like Metal Gear Solid is Kojima's.
Exactly. The thing is, I don't think Kojima wouldn't have a say.
Here's the thing.
In it.
Here's the thing, right? Is I would not want any changes to that original cast. So David Hayter would have to be Solid Snake, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
Like, I can't. I still play. The only reason why I put up with Punished Snake as Kiefer Sutherland is because it's not actually Snake. Spoilers.
It's Big Boss.
Well, no, he's not even Big Boss.
No, he's not. He's not Big Boss.
Not. Spoilers. It turns out that Punished Snake is not. He's basically had mental conditioning and facial restructure to make him look like Big Boss, so that Big Boss can make Out of Heaven.
Yeah.
Oh no, Big Boss can do his stuff against the Patriots, and I think the current theory is that the Out of Heaven that you build in 5 is actually the Out of Heaven that Snake infiltrates in Metal Gear.
Oh, maybe.
Which would be cool. Which is
It
cool.
would be cool.
It would be cool.
Nice wraparound.
But again, like, if Konami decides to license it out, that is basically the best scenario we have. We said last time that was probably the best case scenario where you could realistically get short of one of the big gaming companies buying out Konami.
Yes.
And there's only one I could see actually doing that, which is Sony.
Probably Microsoft, but I doubt Microsoft.
I don't think Microsoft. I think Microsoft, with the fact that Microsoft went after Bethesda, and I wouldn't put it past them trying to buy Konami. The thing is like Microsoft have bought a shit ton in recent history. They have bought an absolute ton of developers.
Yeah,
and they really need to let the dust settle now. And let these developers get games out because it could blow up in their face.
That's very true.
It's like, the history of companies is littered with shit tons of companies.
Oh, you just have to look at EA.
Yeah, but there's EA who just eat companies after.
Well, no, what I'm on about is like EA. I think most famously EA is the one that everybody knows that buys tons of studios and then then
eats them.
And just eats them. There's like,
I know.
There's a graveyard behind EA's studios.
No, what I'm saying is like the entire history of corporations that is full of companies that expanded massively, but turned out that they overexpanded, and it ended up costing them a shit ton of money. Now, yes, Microsoft makes an absolute a monumental amount of money, but there's still this like possibility that this bubble that the gaming industry is in could pop.
Yeah, that's true.
Pop any moment, because they still can't fucking learn from their fucking mistakes. They still literally go, no, we'll just milk everyone. We want all. They still have this attitude of, we want all the money, and it's like, well, no, you all can't have all the money, because if one of you gets all the money, no one else gets the money. It's like, money is not an infinite resource. It's not. There is no such thing as infinite money. Yes, we know you make computer games, and there used to be infinite money cheats. We know this.
Right.
But that's a computer game, not real life. I know some of you are. I know some of them are so disattached to reality that they think money may be an infinite resource, because they have too much money.
They have so much money. It's unbelievable. Anyway, shall we move? Shall we
move
on? Shall we continue on, please?
Yeah, let's get back. This is one hell of a tangent.
I think exactly. I think Sony would definitely get Metal Gear. I think Sony would be silly not to take Metal Gear. It's like the things that I'm interested in is like who would go for
Castlevania?
Castlevania, Silent Hill. I think there's rumours of a developer called Bloomper.
Yeah.
Blooper?
I would think. I would still think Kojima would still want to make the Silent Hills game.
Possibly.
Even if it is just a little bit of spitefulness to stick it up to Konami, to just stick two fingers up to Konami and go, look how amazing this game was going to be.
Maybe, but with the fact that we've had Shinji Ito basically confirm that he is working with Kojima on something.
Yeah.
Like, he might be making his own horror game, which could be like, yeah, this is what my Silent Hill was going to be like. Yeah,
I think, a lot of things are still like in early development, which, if depending on how early, they could easily just like get the license to Silent Hills and shove it in and make it work.
Maybe.
So, but yeah, I can. Yeah, it depends on like a lot of intricacies. I would also be interested on who would get Castlevania.
Castlevania, yeah.
Because apart from the indie scene,
yeah,
not many companies make the Metroidvania type games where it's like you go back and forth, get new abilities, which are like you get further in and go to places you haven't been, and which is like, I think Bloodstained proved there is still a market for that. There is still a substantial, realistic. I think the problem is that, again, it's like game genres that like the AAA game industry look and go, oh well, you can't mass market that. Well, no shit, it's a niche market. Shit, make it within budget of a realistic budget with a realistic expectation. Oh, but no, our shareholders. We're like, fuck your shareholders. You don't have customers. You don't have shareholders. Because the first people that jump ship when you don't make sales, it's your shareholders.
I'm interested in maybe Contra. I reckon somebody could make a good Contra game.
Yeah.
Considering the last one.
Yeah, Contra's a bullet hell game. It should have. It's one of those where it's like, apart from like the coding and making sure the game works, it shouldn't really be that hard to make a good Contra game, because it's a bullet hell. It is literally like just throw shit at people and give them cool guns to throw shit back.
Speaking of Castlevania, what I would like is maybe if we could get a best of both worlds sort of thing. So if a developer would do the Metroidvania style kind of game, and because I really liked Lord of Shadows, like I really liked that, and I even liked the second one. That's you know. So I would really like somebody to do.
I think if someone made a Lord of Shadows type, I would like Platinum.
Yes.
Platinum to make a Lord of Shadows Castlevania.
So maybe Square Enix. Because Platinum seem to be working with Square Enix a lot with their stuff. Which is fine. I got no problems with that.
No, I don't
Platinum actually, speaking of Platinum seem to be doing a lot of like consultant work on games.
Yeah, which is mostly involving
the combat in fantasy roleplay action role-playing games.
Yeah.
Which is fine because
let's be honest, Platinum
are pretty much the best at it.
Yeah.
At that sort of style.
Like, Platinum know how to make games like action and flair games where it's almost as fun watching someone really good as it is playing. Like,
I love watching Nier Automata. I love watching people play
Nier Automata. Watching people play Devil May Cry. Yeah. Just like, oh my
God. Platinum don't make that.
I know, it's a Bayonetta. Bayonetta 2. Well, I'm saying that type of game, like watching people play those games is as much fun as actually playing it because it's the shit they pour. Some people put it's amazing.
I know. But yeah, so hopefully something good can come out of the whole Konami thing.
Yeah, and Konami can go back to look. Konami can license out to as long as they keep high standards, which is the problem.
Yeah, it is Konami.
It is Konami. They clearly don't have high standards, especially with their own licenses and franchises.
If it's a slot machine, they'll have high standards.
Yeah, they can go back to make.
The Silent Hill slot machine is very nice to look at. I'll have you know.
They can go back to making pachinko machines and just make sure, and all they have to do is make sure the game is not shit.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so first actual article that I managed to find. So last week we talked about Google.
And closing their
and they were closing
both of their game development studios.
Yeah, they were closing all their studios, and they were going to reincorporate the staff into other roles in Google. Mm-hmm. And apparently a week before this, they had given both studios great praise and telling them that they were doing such a good job.
Yeah,
and that they had nothing to worry about.
Yeah, who's the head honcho again for the games development department? It
was a lass. No.
She was in charge of the
Vice President and General Manager Phil Harrison.
Now,
the lass was like one of the studio directors.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
She was one of the studio directors, and she jumped ship. Basically because they took a job away from her.
Yeah,
which is understandable. Yeah, Phil Harrison. I would like to give you some of his previous jobs. He was head of the PlayStation 3 rollout. He was head of the Xbox One rollout.
Oh my God.
And of course, head of Stadia rollout. Can someone explain to me why why Google thought it would be perfectly fine to give the person that was in charge of the massive fuck up of the PlayStation 3, the massive fuck up, the complete and utter fuck up of the Xbox One, why giving him the rollout of a console was a good idea.
Well, maybe they forgot about the Xbox One and then thought, well,
the
PS3 was like it. I mean, it fucked up at the beginning, but near the end, it got really good.
Yeah, but he wasn't there at the time. He had already moved to Microsoft by then.
This is why I'm saying maybe they forgot. Maybe they completely forgot about the Xbox One.
Yeah, maybe they thought it was third time the charm. Yeah, it's like no.
I do like the fact. What I like the most is that they've gone for a product that is questionable at best.
Yeah.
Right, is a questionable investment at best when you actually look at it and you actually think about what Stadia actually is. Right, it's questionable.
Yeah.
For you to actually purchase one.
Yeah.
Right. And then let's get the guy who was in charge of those really too fucked up launch for consoles. let's hire that guy and he'll launch ours.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I like the most.
Yeah. So he apparently was like bigging up the games development department.
Yeah, he was basically telling them that they were doing fine.
They've got a bright future.
They've got a bright future. Everything's going well. We believe in the products and all that sort of stuff. The whole stuff that like the reassurance sort of role that you take when you're in charge.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, everything's fine. Don't worry about it. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Sort of deal. You know, that sort of spiel. And yeah, a week later they closed the studios.
Yeah. And also the staff only found out on the very same day.
Yeah, they found out in a Twitter post. Oh no, they found out from the blog.
Just like, I'm like,
Jesus Christ. Like, there's dick moves and then there's this. This isn't a dick move. This is just
7 days.
Wow.
7 days after apparently the Q&A following that was well, let's put it this way, interesting.
Holy shit. Like, you don't need, like, I'm sorry, but like, you deserve no respect. If you're not going to have the balls to tell your employees that, yeah, by the way,
honest to your staff.
we're closing the studios in a week and all that stuff. If you don't have the balls to do it, you don't deserve any respect. I'm sorry. If you're gonna do that,
like, people's livelihoods are dependent on you being upfront and honest with them.
I know why they did it. They didn't, so that they didn't jump ship.
Yeah,
so when they did it, the people are left.
Oh, the news didn't leak.
Yeah.
That's why they did. I know, I'm agreeing with you. That's why they did it. It's still a fucking
absolute
bullshit reason.
It's a joke.
Because this is the thing. If they've made that decision already, then it being announced 7 days earlier or however long earlier makes no fucking difference. All it does is give your staff time between then and the time it gets...
Time to get a new job or get to set up somewhere else.
To look for further employment. I mean, to be honest, it makes sense for Google not to give a shit about its staff.
Well, Google doesn't give a shit about itself.
Yeah. I mean, fucking hell.
I mean,
why are these major tech companies, these big giant tech companies, thinks that their staff are literally...
To be fair, it's not just big tech companies.
Big massive corporations anyway.
It's anything that is like a big company.
Yeah,
like,
it's not major corporations. It's like
it's the people on the bottom kind of do get stepped on.
Yeah.
I think anybody who works in any sort of job where you are at the bottom can attest.
Yes.
That the people up the top really don't care about you. They say they do, but they don't.
We want your place to be we want blah 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 to be a great place to work. No, you fucking don't. You just don't want people suing you for wrongful dismissal.
Yeah. This I'm gonna admit that this one genuinely made me mad. It takes a lot to get me mad, but this one was just like,
it made me.
Oh my god!
This when I found out, like we were not shocked, but like, oh yeah, Google does what Google does, which is basically makes a thing, isn't an instant success, and then eventually pulls the plug, despite not actually giving it the finances, resources, time, or effort from Google to actually make said thing work. And they pull the plug. Not shocked. But then when, like I said, people's livelihoods are reliant on them being told up front, truthfully, what the fuck's going on.
Exactly.
And for them to be blatantly lying to them when they were asking what's going on with what's the future plans, and say, oh yeah, we've got plenty of plans, we've got games coming out of the wazoo and all blah 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 blah. And then a week later, 7 days, probably these people are probably not paid weekly, they're probably paid monthly before the next paycheck comes in. Told, yeah, we're closing today. What am I can't even imagine my response. That's how angry I'd be if it happened to me. I would literally be like, I wouldn't know how I would react.
I know.
Because it's just it's the shittest thing to do to your staff. It is.
Well, I mean, In all honesty, I'm not. I'm
not surprised. It still makes me angry.
We live in a world where Ubisoft still is able to function somehow after all the allegations that have come out.
Yeah, Yves Guillemot
still is in charge of Ubisoft.
Yves Guillemot
somehow.
Obligatory. Yves Guillemot needs to resign, or pushed, or sacked. One of the above.
Whatever it is that gets him out of that chair needs to happen.
Yeah. Something needs to happen for Yves Guillemot to go. So that's the obligatory thing.
We mentioned Ubisoft. We've done it. Don't want to get sidetracked. But this, I generally hope that the people are able to either get.
This is on the same scale as those 200 people that got sacked by Blizzard.
Yeah.
After Activision posted record revenue.
Yeah.
This is exactly the same. It's like, oh yeah, we made shit ton of money. You're all fired.
We don't need you anymore. Goodbye.
Oh wait, do you know all those 200 people? Yeah, we kind of needed them. Oh really? Did we? Yeah.
Yeah, we needed them for Warcraft Reforged. Oh.
I'll just give it to some.
Here's Vicarious Visions. Fucking Activision, man. Yeah, we live in a world where that can happen.
Correct name.
Activision Blizzard.
Fucking Activision Blizzard. Because...
Yeah, we need to start... Actually, we'll get to that when we get to BlizzCon. Right. Anyway, we're going to move on. Hopefully the people who have been affected by the whole Google thing, hopefully they can land on their feet.
I don't think anyone who was working in the Google game development companies, both of them, both development studios, any one of those people deserved the shit that got pulled on them. None of them deserve it. I don't care. I don't care how much of an asshole they are. You don't deserve to be told 1 week your job's fine,
and then the next week, you haven't got one now. And
then told the very next week, like, oh, by the way, don't bother coming into work. Your studio's closed. You don't have a job anymore. Yeah. Congratulations.
So, did you fuck's sake, Google, man? Come on, it's not hard. It's like,
there has to be something against that.
This is the thing. Like, this is the weird thing that I don't understand, especially with all these companies, right? Especially in the AAA, like companies like EA and Activision and Ubisoft and Bethesda and Google now, like they all act shocked when people are like, "Wow, you're a dick." When they pull stuff like this, it's like.
Yeah,
why?
EA when they went, oh, we don't like being called the bad guys. Really?
Are you sure about that?
We don't like it. Then why the fuck did you? I mean, do you not understand the shit you pulled in the last year?
It's like you're
2 years.
It's like you're the scalpers for the PS5s or the Xboxes. We don't deserve the bad press.
We're a middleman.
No, I'm not
you're not
sure.
We're the middleman. We're the middleman. We're just part of the system. It's like, no, you're not. Do you know who the middlemen are? Do you know who the middlemen are in regards to the supply and demand of a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X?
The shops that you buy them from.
Do you know who? Do you know the people you buy? Game and Amazon and GameStop and Walmart,
Currys,
Tesco, frigging
any shop
or store that is selling a PlayStation 5, they are the middleman. What you're doing is making another middleman that is selling the product that you bought from the middleman at extortionate price. I looked on Amazon. Someone's selling a PlayStation 5 for £1,000.
Yeah, I think
£1,000 fucking pounds, not even US dollars. Pounds.
I think there's one on eBay for 1,500, which is a bit weird. Anyway, before we start jacked again,
I'm not one of these people that goes to the point of like if I understand the whole thing of like buying and then selling for a profit. I totally understand the reasoning and blah 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 blah. Like, yeah,
but there's a profit and then there's like.
But this is the sort of shit like that will bring in regulation.
Yeah.
Because it's just gonna be like it's so fucking extortionate.
Oh yeah. Anyway, before we get sidetracked again,
I think it's just the whole boil of like the gaming companies and
oh yeah, I know.
the whole system as a whole at the moment.
It's just what I was going to say is like I can guarantee because of the reaction to this article that's just come out.
We'll get another article.
Google are going to come out being like, I don't understand why everyone's so angry at us.
There will be another article at some point where they'll say we were shocked at the reaction to our announcement. You literally fired 2 entire studios a week after telling them it was all okay.
You fired like 400 people.
Yeah. You literally fired 400 people a week after telling them it's all okay.
That's why everybody's like wow.
You know, in movies, the corporate dick
that nobody likes,
that has the evil mustache, and you know, in westerns is probably in a black suit with black tar hats and cowboy hats,
a monocle
in one eye, a monocle. Has a pocket watch made out of gold.
Or he speaks with a cigar in his mouth.
Has a cigar in his mouth. Probably has an oil field. He's an oil baron, probably. Yeah, that's you. That is literally you, and you are wondering why people are upset with you.
Right.
That's like Megatron turning around and going, why do these Earthlings? Why do these humans?
Why does nobody on this planet like me?
Yeah. Why do these humans hate the Decepticons? I don't know. Maybe they're all the explosions you're causing.
Yeah, the fact that you're trying to kill us.
You know,
and or enslave us. You know,
kill, enslave, stealing all our energy, making fucking. It's like.
Right, anyway, shall we move on? We shall move on to the next one.
We'll move on from corporate bullshit
to weird bullshit.
Yeah.
So, the PS5 DualSense controller drift. A US law firm are investigating a class action suit.
Just before we go, apparently Google are potentially going to have a class... It's a good segue into this. Google are apparently going to have a class action lawsuit because of false advertising.
Oh yeah, they advertised that it was 4K or something.
Yes, and when it's not.
Yeah. Now it's not just the PS5. So it's not just Sony who could be getting sued or are getting sued. Nintendo Joy-Cons are also involved in this. So
as a person has bought 3 friggin' pads for the Nintendo Switch, and each one of them has had analog drift.
See, I've been quite lucky. I've had no problem with my PS5 controller.
The thing is, the problem is you bought the Pro ones. I bought because I wanted to play Smash with the GameCube
controller.
Every single one has had
controller drift. Yeah.
Controller drift. Every single one. Like the last one I got, it literally happened the very day I bought it.
Yeah,
and it's like, how the fucking hell do you? How has this product got onto the fucking shelves? Now, I don't have a PS5, so I can't say much. I have seen things on like Reddit now where people have been saying that they've got controller drift. Yeah.
And all that sort of stuff. The thing is, of what I've heard and what I've read, a lot of people have like instantly contacted Sony's customer support or PlayStation's customer support, and they've just sent them a new pad, and there's not been that many people that have after that have like been like, yeah, this one's still got the controller drift.
Yeah,
I've been quite lucky. I've had no problems.
Yeah,
with controller drift. I have controller drift on my PS4 controllers, but they're like, one is 3 years old and the other one's 4 years old. I literally
at the end of last year had to replace both my PS4 controllers because they both had controller drift. However, they were both bought when the PlayStation 4 Pro was launched.
Yeah,
so
they are old controllers.
And they've been used a lot.
That's the same thing with mine. I don't use the Joy-Cons.
Yeah,
I use the controller. I've just got a new one, which I didn't replace. I didn't replace my old one because of controller drift. I replaced it because our mother has stolen my controller pad.
Yes.
So I needed a new one.
Yes.
Yes. So
you lent it to her, and
I never got it back.
You never got it back.
So I now have a new one, which I've used a couple of times. And I've had no problems. With it. It just feels a bit weird that they're suing over controller drifts.
I think it's because like it shouldn't happen. Yeah,
I know, but like they're asking for like a stupid amount of fucking money.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing: if the problem is like, I can understand. I don't know about the PlayStation 5 drift issues because I don't have one.
Yeah.
And you haven't come across it yet.
Yeah.
But you are only one person.
Exactly.
If it's like into the hundreds or even like if 1% of all PlayStation pads have controller drift, that's a shit ton of PlayStation 5 pads.
I suppose.
And as I've said, I've had 3 official Nintendo fucking pads that are supposed to be for the Switch in the design of
the GameCube
pad, and every single one of them within a week has had controller drift, has had controller issues, and I can't solve them.
Yeah.
Like, so it is literally like, at least Nintendo, it's like, definitely there is an issue with some of their pads, their products, that they shouldn't be put on the shelves, and yet they are, which means that it is a breach of consumer law.
Yeah.
Because you're basically deliberately
you're selling a faulty product.
Yeah, you're deliberately selling a faulty product, and at least from what I've seen and heard regarding Nintendo's pads, it is a common enough problem that they should be aware of it. The only way they're not aware of it is literally they're going la 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 la, I can't hear you. That is literally the only way they could not know.
Yeah.
And if there's an issue, even if it is a small percentage, it's still a large portion of PlayStation.
So would it be? They would be fined, wouldn't they? If it had been a class action, it'd be.
It potentially would be a fine, a breach of consumer laws, depending on the. See,
my thing.
Depending on the country and their laws.
Yeah,
in America,
I always get like when somebody's being sued. It's not like so. No single person is actually suing Sony. It's like it's the government is basically being like.
It'll be either the government or a group or a law firm representing consumers.
Yeah,
and like each individual person would probably just get paid the amount of the.
They'd get their money back.
They get their money back,
in
or a replacement, and one that doesn't, one that works.
Like I said with the PS5, I've had no problems. I'm one of the lucky ones, I suppose. But like I said, as I have read, because I have looked into it, Sony have been sending out replacements at no extra cost.
Yeah.
So
I think it depends on the amount of people.
I think the question is that
is there enough?
Do they know that this is a problem, or is this just did they know this was a problem before the release? That's the question.
Yeah. I think the fact that they're giving away giving pads for free, and from what you're telling me, it's basically just them saying
this is just what I've read.
Them turning around and people turning around and going, yeah, there's a problem with this pad, and they're going, oh yeah, sure, so we'll give you a new one.
And this is only what I've read. There could be people out there that haven't.
It gives me the impression that they were aware that the pad has potential issues.
Yeah.
So maybe, but like I say, Nintendo's the bigger problem because, like I say, I've had 100% issue with pads having controller drift. It's not like I've had one and I've literally every single one I've bought has had controller drift issues, and the last one was literally on the day I bought it. So there is a major issue with Nintendo pads.
So what I'm wondering,
and I think Sony's been included in it because
of the controller drift.
Yeah,
which is fine. It's understandable. The company is CSK&D. I'm assuming that's just like the names. You know how like a lot of law firms have names. I think that's probably because there's like maybe
5 people.
5 people involved in that, so it's just abbreviated. They're investigating a potential class action based upon reports that the Sony PS5 DualSense controllers for the PlayStation 5 console can experience drift issues and or fail permanently. Specifically, it is reported that the joystick on certain PS5 DualSense controllers will automatically register movement when the joystick is not being controlled and interfere with gameplay, which is controller drift.
That's controller drift.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Because I'm having problems now. I'm playing Final Fantasy 14, and because I have both my controllers have a thing. I'm trying to move forward, and because it's controller based. Moving diagonally is not great on Final Fantasy 14. So what happens is my guy stops and like kind of just starts wiggling while going forward sometimes. Yeah. And
my controller drift started on my PS4. Started with Call of Duty Warzones, where on the map my cursor would just move around. It would just move to the right, and then it got worse. That was the only thing that it was doing it on at first, and then I think it was in December, beginning of December, it started happening with the basically guns and aiming. As soon as I would aim, it'd go. And I'm wondering if because around that time I was starting to actually struggle a lot more than I usually do in Warzones. I was starting to just get absolutely annihilated and not actually be able to kill anyone. And I'm wondering if that's what happened that the controller drift was starting to actually, but I didn't notice it. But anyway, it got to the point where I was like, I couldn't even play that. And it was weird. It would mostly take place only when I was aiming. Anything that involved aiming with the L2 button, that would cause it. So aiming with bows on Genshin Impact, any shooting game, it just fucked everything up. So that's what happened with mine, and I got them replaced. Like I said, they were well used.
Yes. So we'll try and keep up to date on that one, see what happens.
It may not go anywhere. It may be settled out of court where it's like Sony goes, we'll just replace every single one. We've got a new pad out. It doesn't have the issue, and we'll replace anyone that asks for it free of charge. Yeah.
All right. So moving on. What do we want to talk about first? Do we want to talk about Nintendo Direct, or do we want to talk about BlizzCon?
I think we talk about Nintendo Direct first because there's a lot of stuff to go through, and a lot of it is basically just the games we want to talk through about, and what we're interested in, and what we're not. We talk about BlizzCon last because there will be more stuff we talk about in regards to BlizzCon, not necessarily the content that was in BlizzCon. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go.
So, last night, was it last night? Or the night before?
I think it was 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago, something like that. We had the
Nintendo Direct.
Latest
it was on the 19th.
Yeah, the latest Nintendo Direct. They started off with the reveal of the new Smash character, which is Pyra and Mithra.
Yep.
From Xenoblade Chronicles, and a lot of people instantly went, "Oh, no, sword user, blah." And I'm like, it's Smash.
I also don't care. I love Pyra.
Yeah, it's Smash, brothers, guys. Just
we have a bikini babe in Smash now. Because that's what Pyra's a bikini babe. I don't care what anybody fucking says. She literally wears
every
bikini.
Single female Fire Emblem character is also that.
No.
Yeah.
Female, a bikini babe. No, I mean actually wears a bikini.
Ah, right.
In game.
Yeah, she doesn't do that in Smash though.
Yeah, they've touched up her costume.
Yeah, they've given her more stuff.
In Xenoblade 2, she wears a lot more revealing clothes.
Yeah.
Especially Mithra. Mithra's even worse.
Yeah, but like I say, it's new Xenoblade character, so it's the second one. If you think about it,
there's only Shulk.
Shulk was the only one in before this. So we've got 2 now, and considering the fact that Fire Emblem has I want to say 6.
I think 6 now. Yeah.
So many.
6 with Bailiff being
Bailiff, Lucina, Chrom,
Marth. Roy? Is Roy one of them?
No.
No, yeah, Roy, the redhead one. With the bandana.
Yes.
Yeah, he's from Fire
Emblem. Roy and Corrin. That's at least 6 already. Yeah. So yeah, I don't mind Xenoblade Chronicles getting.
7. Robin.
Yeah, Robin.
The 7.
So I don't mind Xenoblade Chronicles getting a little bit of love, getting some more
I like Xenoblade
recognition.
I liked the second one. I really enjoyed it. I need to get the redone first one.
It just means that we need another. That's another amiibo we need to get.
That's fine. We'll get there eventually.
We'll eventually get there.
We'll eventually be able to hold our tournament.
Yes.
They'll eventually run out of characters to put in Smash.
Yes.
Eventually.
When they stop making the Switch. From that, they announced Fall Guys is coming to Switch.
Which is fine. I think Fall Guys is perfect for the Switch.
Yes.
It's one of those games.
It's cute, adorable, it's random as hell, and infuriating as hell as well. But yeah, Fall Guys is coming to Switch. I don't mind. I think more people playing that game is great, and they'll have learned from their issues when they launched on PlayStation and PC to make sure that enough people are able to the service can handle the influx of all the Switch players. I don't think Fall Guys has crossplay. I don't think.
No.
No, because we would have come across come across hackers otherwise, and we haven't. And we play on
with PC
console. Unless the console hackers are fucking like really good at it and unnoticeable. But anyway, so Fall Guys, a lot of these are actually like ports, which I don't mind because there's a lot of good games that portable. I would literally like, oh my god, portable! This is great. So the next one was Outer Wilds.
Ooh, yes.
Outer Wilds is a gorgeous spacey
time
exploration.
loopy.
Yeah, puzzle solving space exploration game. Where basically you're in a like 22-minute time loop.
Yeah.
Where basically the sun explodes and you got to figure out why and how, and it has this, and then with each loop you can do more and more and more. It's great. But that's getting ported to the Switch. So I think a lot of people who have a Switch and probably already played Outer Wilds will be looking at it and going, you know what, portable that, great. They also announced there's going to be a remaster. After that was the announcement for two, I want to say, visual novels. The Famicom Detective Club.
Oh yeah, they've remastered.
Yeah, they've remastered both of those. The first one is The Missing Heir, and the second one is The Girl Who Stands Behind. And I think both of them are going to come out together, and you can buy them together. Yeah, it's going to be
like a double pack.
It's a double pack.
The animation on that looked really good.
It looks really nice. They've definitely put effort into sprucing it up and making it look. Because I think these, well, the fact that it's called the Famicom Detective Club, I think they released on the Nintendo.
The Famicom.
The Famicom. The Nintendo. So yeah, I don't mind. It gives people who, I mean, like visual novels are a much more newer thing in the West than they are.
I like visual novels. I'm a fan of visual novels. I prefer the murder mystery ones. They're the ones that
and this is what these are. These are
so
like
I may actually be getting these for my Switch.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be. It can introduce a new audience to these games because, like I said, they're pretty old. And from that, there was an announcement for a new game, Samurai Warriors 5.
Oh yes, I will be getting this. I am a Warriors fan. I like Warriors.
Obviously,
I am a little bit upset with some of the characters, the new character designs.
They've gone for a young Nobunaga Oda.
Yeah, they've gone for a young Nobunaga Oda, and which is weird because like the Oda design in the other samurai games, like he's got that evil mustache,
the demon look.
Yeah, with the demon armor sort of look thing, but it's the comical evil mustache that I just love about him.
I think they've gone for his younger.
I think they've gone for the because I think if I remember correctly, Kessen 2 was
Kessen 2
had a much
not Roman to the free. Nobunaga's Ambition.
Yeah,
has hit that type of look for him.
Yeah.
For the beginning of the game.
So maybe they've gone that way.
So they've gone that way. They may have.
They did say that it is more to do with the story.
Yeah,
of Nobunaga.
It's focusing more on Nobunaga Oda and Mitsuhide Akechi. Who, if everyone, well, people who have played Samurai Warriors and understand like of gotten interested and looked at what happened in the Sengoku Jidai period,
Yeah.
understands that Akechi betrayed Nobunaga and killed him.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting because Akechi was one of Nobunaga's retainers, I found.
Yeah, he was.
So yeah, it's going. I will literally have a massive pinch of salt though, because the last thing they came out with in regards to their main series, is Dynasty Warriors 9.
Well, of what I saw of Samurai Warriors 5, it looks very much like Samurai Warriors 4.
Yeah, it's a different
the
art. The art style's changed. They've gone for a more cell shaded, I want to say.
Yeah,
it's not purely cell shaded, but it's a little bit more like, not cartoons, not like, there's a lot more bright, colourful contrast.
Yeah.
Instead of what like the Samurai Warriors would just look like it was the same game engine as Dynasty Warriors per se. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Samurai Warriors tends to be the more, not ambitious, but like they do tend to do some.
They like to like experiment. With
experiment, yeah.
And I like to like try different things, because like Samurai Warriors was the first one that let you be two characters.
Yeah.
And then that got ported into Dynasty Warriors at some point, and all that sort of thing. And yeah, it's I like Samurai Warriors. I really like. It's also the ones that they put in like extra modes in. Yeah. Like there's the tower one where you have to run up. You do floors. Yeah. Then there's like 100 of those.
Samurai Warriors 4 Empires had the whole court system.
Yeah.
Where people would become blood brothers, or you would actually get marriages and all that sort of stuff, and relationships with all the things. Like they do tend to like experiment, not necessarily on the actual like gameplay but like on like the out of battle mechanics.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Which is good, because every time they mess with the battle mechanics, they fuck it up.
Yeah. Dynasty Warriors 9.
Dynasty Warriors 6?
I think 6.
6? I want to say 6.
It's either 6 or 5.
The one where they changed Lu Bu's weapon to a weird twin thingy-me-bob.
Yeah.
That one. That was terrible. Anyway, Samurai is that 5. It's for the fan base.
It's another Warriors game.
It's another Warriors game. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people looking forward to it.
I am.
Hopefully they've learnt the lesson and not fucked it up.
I won't. If they do it with Samurai Warriors, I will not be happy.
After that was Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, they showed off more.
There seems to be a like town defense thing.
Yeah.
Where multiple big monsters will come and attack, and you have to like. They go through like a maze, or you have to put traps down and have to stop them. It looks really interesting and can potentially make it like really like tense. Like, oh my god, he's getting to the gate, we're gonna go.
I want to know what the online's gonna be like for that. I think that if there is an online feature for that, with that, I think that's gonna be really cool.
That's gonna be epic.
That's gonna be really fun to watch.
Really cool. They introduced two. I don't know if they introduced them, but there was two characters.
They'd already introduced them, but we never saw them. Like we only saw them in cutscene.
Yeah,
we never.
And
saw
it looks like
they're
actually going to take part in some of these fights against the monsters, which looks really cool. I mean, I like the fact that they've got like these weird ass weapons as well. They look really cool in their battle gear. I have to admit, they look really cool. From that, we went to Mario Golf.
Because of course.
Super Rush. I think it was Super Rush, but anyway.
When we were...
There was bound to be a Mario Golf game.
When we were watching this, I was just like, well, it's Mario Golf. We were eventually going to get one. But then they showed off Rush Mode. And I generally just was just like, okay, that looks like it's going to be fun.
Rush Mode seems to be the gimmick for this one. Oh, it also has story mode.
Oh yeah, it
has a story mode, which... I can understand, like, you need something for someone to do on their own, and, like, just giving them a bunch of courses to go through only has so much replayability to an extent. But giving them a story mode gives them something to do, and their Mii character is the one that goes through the story mode.
Yeah, which is nice.
And you can use your Mii character in the Rush mode, and through any of the others, which is pretty cool. But Rush mode is, like, literally... In normal golf, people take turns.
No, it's whoever gets to the...
It's literally like everyone's going at the same time.
Whoever gets their ball into the hole first wins. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I don't know if...
You can, like, trip your opponents up.
Yeah, there's, like, speed boost abilities, and, like, Mario has a star ability, which his ball apparently makes something happen further down the field when it lands. Stuns everyone, I think, which I saw in the trailer. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think that could be really, really fun.
Yeah.
And it gives like an extra thing for like that separates Mario Golf from like any other golf game. From that, they basically had Tales from the Borderlands, the like complete story is going to be released. Which
I do not like.
Some people do.
I
Some people prefer Tales from the Borderlands from Borderlands 2 and especially Borderlands 3. I think giving more people, and especially like the Tales games, I feel kind of fit into the Switch a lot better than people would expect.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, when you think about the Tales games, they're all done on an old engine.
Yes.
That, like, I think even the Wii U could.
Yes. Yeah. So. But yeah, giving more people the ability to play it, I don't see a problem with that. From that, they went to the Capcom Arcade Stadium, which has a potential of up to 32 games.
Yes. And
We'll get back to that. We'll
We'll bring this up again in a moment.
Yeah. But there's like Street Fighter 2, 1942, the shmup, the shooter game. I think there was some Contras I saw.
Well, not Contra.
Contra's Konami. What's...
Isn't it... I keep thinking it's not Metal Slug, but I keep thinking it's Metal Slug.
Yeah, there's a side-scroller shooter that they were showing as well. Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of like old arcade Capcom games are going to be available on it. I don't know if you'll get all 32. And they launched it on the day as well. So like it's available to download and that. I don't think you get all 32. You get like a selection and then you can add to it. I think. Don't quote me on that because it's been a while and been a couple of days, so I may have got that. I don't. But still, I think you get a good selection of games.
You get a decent amount
from the off. And you know, like some of those games are pretty darn sweet, like Street Fighter and
Street Fighter 2, man.
Street Fighter 2, it's a classic for a
Ghosts
reason.
and Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins, everyone remembers that and loves it.
I think Final Fight's on there. Not Final Fight. Streets of Rage?
Might be. I don't think there's...
Is it Streets of Rage?
No, Final Fight is Capcom.
The one Cody's in.
That's Final Fight.
Final Fight, yeah.
Street of Rage is not Capcom. No. From that, they went to... I think it's Stubbers the Zombie.
Stubbs.
Stubbs the Zombie, which is, I think, an old game. That I can't remember what it was released on, but that's getting a Switch port.
I think it was only on PC, if I'm honest. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing
and the basic premise of that is you're a zombie and your task
you're exacting your revenge because I think somebody kills you.
Yeah, and your revenge is basically turning everyone else into a zombie.
Yeah.
From that, we went into the batshit craziness of No More Heroes 3.
Yeah.
Because, you know...
It's No More Heroes.
It's No More Heroes. It's going to be
It's Suda 51.
It's Suda 51. It was a little bit more the plot and that the gameplay. I think a hint of what the gameplay route's going to be, which is basically the whole situation is aliens have conquered Earth. They're having a massive hero tournament, and what's his name?
Travis.
Yeah, Travis is basically like humanity's last hope to save the world, and basically he has to go and fight all these aliens, become the champion, blah blah blah, and save Earth. But to do so, he needs to make money, so he has to do odd jobs to make money to be able to go into these fight these aliens and do these challenges.
I like the fact that the odd jobs are like just like washing dishes and
mowing the lawn, and that. It's crazy and yet fun.
I need to save the world, but first, Mrs. McHannigan needs her roses trimming.
I love games that know they're frigging crazy as hell and revel in it.
Yeah.
Like it's like, this makes no sense, but we don't care.
go for it. There wasn't much after that, was there?
Oh, there was still a fair few.
Oh, Jesus.
A lot of these were like 2-3 minute looks. Like, for example, the next one, Neon White, which is a first-person card shooter game? Question mark?
Oh, yeah, that was like that weird speed run thing where you use the cards.
You can use cards to make abilities, and the cards are like, if a card's a gun, you have a gun to shoot at the enemies and that. I want to know how it works.
Me personally, I'm not really into those speedrunner games anyway. So, like, I wasn't really.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like it looks like it, but it might not be.
That's true.
It depends on. We need to see more information about how it exactly plays.
Yeah.
But initial play, I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks
all
alright.
White.
Yeah. Well, it is called Neon White.
Yeah, exactly. From that, a game that is clearly not aimed at us, DC Superhero Girls Teen Power.
Oh yeah, clearly for little kids.
Clearly for little kids, not aimed at us.
I will give it this: the animation in the game did look pretty sweet.
It did look pretty sweet.
Looked alright.
I've always looked at the DC Superhero Girls, like the cartoon and that, and I'm like,
I just look at them and like, you're just My Little Pony.
I literally like. Why do you exist? I mean, there must be a reason. It's just
My Little Pony.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
that's all it is.
I literally go, but there's My Little Pony already exists. Why are you the
because DC don't have My Little Pony.
But there's no need. That doesn't matter. Look, it's clearly not aimed for us, and therefore a lot of it goes over our head of.
It looks like just.
It looks pretty. It looks like some little kids are going to have fun with it.
Yeah, it looks like basically like I want to say like an open worldy sort of action.
It does look
game,
like. It does look like that.
We didn't really see too much of it, so I can't really.
Yeah.
Be 100% on it, but it's a game.
It's a thing.
It's a game.
Clearly,
there you go.
Clearly not aimed at us.
No, clearly
which
not
means
aimed at us,
that our opinion means jack diddly fucking squat.
No.
Because we are not the target audience. From that, Plants and Zombies is coming. Battle for the Neighborhood is coming to Switch. I think it's like the Ultimate Edition or something like that.
Yeah. That was the expansion from 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, good for you. EA can try and milk more money off people.
Which is a shame because Plants vs Zombies is a pretty decent game.
It's fun. The problem is EA.
Yeah, it's the monetization of that game which kind of sucks.
After that was Miitopia, which is an action. It's a RPG which basically
I saw this and I was just like, right, okay, so you've redone this game for Switch.
Yeah.
Yet you can't make like a new Kid Icarus game.
Nope.
A game people actually want.
Yes.
But you can remake. You can do
Miitopia,
up Miitopia, a game nobody cares about.
For anyone that doesn't know, Miitopia is an RPG game where the vast majority of the characters.
It's a game nobody cares about. That's what it is.
Let me finish. The vast majority of characters are made by the Mii characters you have on your console.
Yeah, including the villains.
Yeah, you can even choose your villains to be your Mii characters, which is a neat little thing. From that, they went to Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
because it's it's Super Mario's 30th anniversary. 35th anniversary. Because it's the 35th anniversary, there's a whole bunch of Super Mario stuff that's coming to Animal Crossing. Items like the question block, mushrooms.
Yeah.
So you can make your island look like it's.
Which does remind me, I need to get back on Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get on the island. There's gonna be weeds everywhere.
Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Following that, a game that I looked at and went instantly. This is Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh, this was the
Project
this is the one
Triangle
that we both.
Strategy,
this is
which
the one that we both
is
just like, yes, this is the game.
Project Triangle Strategy is obviously a working title. Obviously, it's not going to be the final title game. Although the Triangle or 3 is going to be probably part of it.
Yeah.
Because in regards to setting, there is definitely a 3 houses vibe.
Yeah.
In regards to the fact that there are 3 countries on the continent, and you are playing through all 3 perspectives from the looks of it.
Yeah, by the looks of things.
However, for anyone that is familiar with Final Fantasy Tactics, the game looks like it plays like a Final Fantasy Tactics game with
it looks like
depth.
somebody took Final Fantasy Tactics and
Yeah.
Octopath Traveler
Yeah.
and just put them together.
Yeah.
And the really good thing that I really like about this is the fact that they showed off the fact that there are actual choices to make in the game. And like it'll do certain.
Yeah, basically, like the story will change based on like how
you react
to things,
and also
and there's
how...
like three things. It's not like just a simple good and bad. Like it's split into three. It's like honor, duty, and
there is another one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's honor, duty, and something else.
Yeah.
Oh, justice.
Justice.
Honor, duty, and justice. I think.
I also liked the whole politic version look of things. Like, so there are some things that like they need to vote.
Yeah.
And you're not the deciding vote. What you need to do is get over. If you're thinking a certain way, you need to convince other characters to vote that way.
Yeah, to understand where you're coming from and also agree with you. Yeah, that's
I think
pretty
that looks really cool. They showed off a little bit of the actual
combat
gameplay.
Yeah, like the environment, you can change the whole thing of the environment. So, for example,
there was a barn that they got set on fire.
Yeah, but also like if you had an enemy in a cornfield in a field of hay, you could then do a fireball or something that would set the field on fire.
Yeah,
and then you could put the fire out with a water spell, and then with the ground wet, you could do a thunder spell, and it would just affect the entire area because it's all wet. I am really interested in
this. Looks really damn
like
cool.
The depth of that.
I think it's definitely done by the same team that did Octopath.
Yeah,
I really think it is. I will admit, when I first saw it, I was like, "Is this Octopath? Is this Octopath 2?"
Yeah, it looked it. It looks. The thing is, right?
It looks gorgeous.
It looks gorgeous. It looks. I mean, we all know Square Enix has like. There's a standard Square Enix has in regards to how beautiful a game looks. They like their Final Fantasy, they go for the ridiculously realistic visuals now, but like all their games have a standard of quality in regards to graphics.
Well, just look at Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Final Fantasy VII Remake is just unbelievable.
How the PS4 plays that without dying.
Final Fantasy 16 looks phenomenal.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I literally look and go, there's no way. There is no fucking way.
That's next gen. That is next gen. That's a next gen game.
But like if you go for the Mana games, they're all really lovely games. And yes, the colour palette and the actual graphical style is a little bit less demanding per se, but it's still beautiful to look at. And so like this is again one of those where it's like it's clearly its own unique art style. It's definitely got that Octopath. It's definitely a combination of art styles of Final Fantasy Tactics and Octopath.
Yeah,
there's a definite combination of those two art styles, but it still looks really
so good.
It looks beautiful to look at. It's one of those where I literally could stop and go, yeah, I can leave this up here. That's fine.
Yeah. Which is nice. It also it looks like you've got a game to play on your Switch.
Yes.
Because you don't have that many.
No, I don't. I have Animal Crossing. I have gone on every now and then the Nintendo classic games.
Yeah.
Because I've been going on Breath of Fire. One. I've been playing that. I have been playing that. But I need to get back on it because it's been a while since I've been on the Switch. So
I've been playing Fire Emblem,
Three Houses,
and here Warriors. You know the Dynasty Warriors one.
Oh yeah,
I've been playing those two.
Yeah,
that's about it.
But anyway, Project Triangle Strategy, I will be keeping a very close eye on it.
Yes.
Because I still every now and then go on Final Fantasy Tactics on my Vita. That is probably one of the only games I play
on the Vita.
That I play on the Vita, but like Final Fantasy Tactics.
I've got my Vita is just my Persona 4. Although I now have Persona 4 on my PC. So like.
So from that we had a teaser trailer for Star Wars Hunters, which at first was like, what's this going? And then they announced it was going to be a multiplayer EA game.
I just don't care.
It's like, well, that's one way to kill hype for a game.
It's a it was like a 3v3 or 4v4.
It was a all they said it was a multiplayer battle game set between episodes 6 and 7.
Right. I hate that sort
and
of
it's
shit.
EA, so fuck them. Following that was Knockout City, and I'm trying to figure out who came up with this idea, because it seems to be like massive scale dodgeball hero game.
Only Nintendo.
That is very true. But still, it looks like it's like dodgeball taking place on a city scale level with hero shooter elements.
I just yeah.
And I'm like, I mean, yes, that's clearly something unique to the hero shooter thing, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Depends on how it plays, I suppose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just confused about that one. However, following that was from a game from the people that make Dragonrampa, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Danganronpa.
Danganronpa, yeah. World's End Club.
Yes, this looks really fucking cool.
It looks really, really interesting.
I'm a fan of the Danganronpa games. I like visual novels, so
yeah. And obviously, a couple of the Danganronpa games are mystery games.
Well, they are. I put them into visual novel games. The Danganronpa.
Well, no, they are. I would class them as visual novels.
They are murder mysteries because you have to figure out who murdered who, or otherwise you die.
Yeah.
So.
So there is that. But World's End Club is basically, it seems to be like the game originally is set up as the similar to Danganronpa, but then
the only
it gets turned on its head in the fact that like basically the game ends, it gets cancelled, and everyone leaving the place realizes like everyone in Japan has disappeared.
Yeah, and now there's these weird alien things.
Yeah, and so they have to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
on the way back to Tokyo.
It looks really cool.
It does. I mean, I like the art style of those games anyway. They are usually very, very colourful and expressive to look at. So
I actually want to get them on disc because I've only got them on digital download.
Yeah,
and I would really like them on disc. If I'm honest.
But yeah, so that's something to keep an eye on, especially for yourself because you like those type of games. But who here thought last year's Game of the Year, and let's all be honest, it is last year's Game of the Year, would be better? What would make it better? Would be to make it portable. Hades.
Yes.
Hades is coming to the Switch.
This is definitely a game.
I thought you couldn't make Hades any better, and then Nintendo went, but how about portable?
And then you were like, I see. You have counted me.
Touche. A good counter. I succeed. I succeed. I accede to your point.
I like the fact that you can get the download, but if you decide to get the physical edition, it comes with all the extra stuff.
Yeah, it comes with a PC code for the soundtrack, which is like, which that soundtrack is so good. It's so good.
And then you get the physical art book, which I'm very happy for. I'm generally collecting the art books now.
Yeah,
that's because I've got some.
The art style for Hades is
the character design. The character design
is fantastic. Is brilliant. I mean, kudos to the head designer because every single character is knocked out of the friggin' park.
Oh yeah,
every single one of them. Like from the little details to the fact that the color schemes for them all. You instantly recognise them and all that. It's brilliant. And obviously Hades is a friggin' fun game to bloody play. I see no problem of...
I finally completed it the other day.
Did you?
I finally completed my first run.
Oh, you finally beat Hades for the first time.
For the first time, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. You're not even close.
I know I'm not closely done, but I finally did it.
You finally beat Hades.
Now I'm hoping I can just get through it a little bit quicker.
You can now actually win more.
Yeah.
And get more of the story. It's great. Anyway, so portable Hades, I see no issue with this.
Oh no, I do not.
The only issue I see is that my Switch probably will have to be charged repeatedly.
I'm looking forward to this.
Following that was the announcement for the Ninja Gaiden Sigma Masters Collection,
Which I think is pretty cool.
which is based on Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
They are very popular games. 3 less so because it went a little bit weird, but it's Ninja Gaiden Sigma.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's also that's also coming to PlayStation. It's not a Nintendo Switch.
That's not an exclusive.
No.
But still, portable Ninja Gaiden Sigma.
Yeah.
Again, I
actually like that. I'm actually quite happy with the fact that the Switch can actually play Ninja Gaiden, to be fair.
Well, Ninja Gaiden's a PS3 game.
I know.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I know
it's
that, but
like 2 generations old. So, yeah, I'm not surprised the Switch can play that.
Yeah, but the Switch is last gen. It's not new gen.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Switch came out like midway to end.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and you gotta think Ninja Gaiden Sigma was early PS3.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, portable Ninja Gaiden Sigma. What is there not to like?
Actually, to be fair, I don't think I could play Ninja Gaiden on that smaller screen.
It depends on how well it runs. It does depend on how well it runs.
It might run really well. It's just that I don't think I could play that small screen.
Yeah, that is very true. Your eyesight is a bit fucked. That is very true. From that, they announced the expansion pack for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
Yes.
I forgot the details of it. I think
they didn't really show much detail.
There wasn't much. It was basically the expansion pack pass, which is
I think it looks like more story stuff.
More story stuff, and I think a couple of more characters.
Yeah.
I think. I know they announced the picture showed all the like dates of when, but
yeah.
Again,
can't remember.
It's been a couple of days.
I know there's one.
Don't ask for detail.
I think the next one is. I think the first one's May.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
From that, Bravely Default 2.
Yes.
Which looks gorgeous.
It looks fantastic.
Which is again Square Enix.
Yeah.
It looks really, really. I mean, it is the cutesy, like chibi style.
Yeah, but that's Bravely Default's.
That's the look for Bravely Default, and it looks really, but it does look really, really cool, and looks really, really good.
It looks like they've expanded on the job system that's in there as well.
I think I've missed a game.
Let's have a look.
I'm pretty sure I've missed a game.
Was that the last one?
No. But there's a game that I'm pretty sure. Legend of Mana. I didn't even say that. They're remastering Legend of Mana as well.
Yeah.
Which for Legend of Mana, the gimmick is the map is not. Sure, basically everything's missing from the map apart from your home, and you get these artifacts, which means you can fill in parts of the map, which is pretty cool. And that's getting a HD a remaster, which is like I say, reintroducing these games to people that have not played them,
or especially the younger
generations. I'm totally down with it. Yeah, because there were some games that we played and we love. But nowadays are a bit old and clunky and archaic, and like there are things that are
Demon Souls.
Yeah, there are things. Yeah, but like old school point and clicks where it wasn't necessarily that the game was the way it was because of the technical limits. That's the word, and not necessarily because it was the deliberate design choice.
Yeah.
From Bravely Default, we had Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection,
which also which is the basically the remaster of the original.
Yeah, but with extra stuff.
And it's also gonna. Oh yeah, because it's gonna have 2-player.
Yeah, it's gonna have
be able to co-op it.
There is one of 3 ghosts the second player can be. One has a shield that it can make.
Yeah.
One can carry Arthur, and the third one is called Archie, which can make bridges.
Yeah.
There'll probably be other mechanics, but like Ghosts and Goblins is a cult game, and a lot.
I want Maximo to come back.
Oh God, Maximo!
Even if they just put Maximo onto like the original Maximo, just onto the store. Even if they just do that, I'm fine with it.
I think they do. I think it is.
I think it's on the PS3. It was on the PS3 store.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's not on the PS3. I can't find it on the PS4. Unless it's part of the PlayStation Now.
It probably is, actually, which is a bit of a... After that was...
I do know it's on the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, I've put Saga Frontier Remastered, and I can't remember what it was. I think it was one of those where it was only like a 2-minute thing, and I went, and I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I rewatched the fucking video this morning for this.
It's alright. It's alright.
That's a lot of information.
We're not professionals.
No.
Alright? We're not professionals.
No, we are definitely not the most professionals. After that, Apex Legends is coming to Switch. Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, more people can play it. That's fine.
EA are going to milk Apex Legends for everything they can.
Yeah. I'm surprised EA are letting more game. I think it just shows how popular the Switch is. The fact that EA are starting to put like their major games, because EA turned around and went, yeah, we can't monetize the way we want to on the Switch, which is why we're not putting games out on them.
They're not putting FIFA on them.
Oh yeah. Apex Legends is coming out, so...
I think Apex Legends, the monetization in that... Now, I'm not 100% sure, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's all just cosmetic, which I think Nintendo are fine with. Like, you can do that.
Yeah. There is loot boxes in Legends, though, so... Anyway, I'm interested in how that will work, how that will run. But
yeah, but isn't loot boxes... It's the same way that Overwatch works?
Yes. Yeah. There's
or do you have to buy characters in Apex?
I don't think you have to buy characters. I think everyone... It's like all characters are available, but like skins and... It's the same as Overwatch, I think.
Right, okay.
It's definitely not a gacha.
Right, yeah. It's not Genshin.
Yeah, it's not Genshin Impact. After Apex Legends was... They trolled us so badly. Even though we knew there wasn't going to be anything regarding Breath of the Wild 2.
Oh, God.
The lead director of the Zelda games was on, and instead of saying anything... Basically, I mean, granted, he did come out and go, we don't have anything for Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
But we do have this.
I was like, God damn!
And there is going to be a Switch release of Zelda Skyward... The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
Which was the second Wii game, because I think that was the Skyward Sword was the one that followed
Twilight Princess,
yeah. And it's also going to have the motion controls. So basically, like, one of your things is going to be
it's having the same. It's got the same motion controls as the first one, but what they've done now is like
they've added an actual.
You don't have to have motion controls.
Yeah, because you can use the analog sticks to replace the motion controls, which is great. And then, last but not least, was the announcement, and I'm a bit surprised at this. Splatoon 3 was announced.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a Splatoon 3. Nothing about Metroid.
Nothing about Metroid.
And nothing
about Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3, which was the biggest disappointment. It's like, God damn it.
That's the one that hurt me the most.
Why have you not given... Please give us Bayonetta 3, please. Bayonetta is so
you
fucking
teased
good.
us. You teased us all those years ago. And
all
you
those
haven't
years
come
ago,
back.
there's nothing from it. This is getting to like Final Fantasy VII Remake levels of like, why have you done this to us? Why? So that was Nintendo Direct. I think it was a pretty good one.
It was alright.
There's plenty of games. I think there was enough games for the vast majority to have something to look forward to. For example, Project Triangle.
Strategy Triangle.
Project Triangle Strategy for me. Whatever that ends up getting called, I'm literally going to be like, yeah, I'm following this one.
Hades
Portable.
Hades Portable.
How could you make Hades better? How about a portable version?
Splatoon 3.
Yeah, Splatoon 3. It's a popular game.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this now. I actually didn't think it was Splatoon 3. I thought they were doing because of the way the trailer started.
Yeah.
I generally thought they were doing some sort of weird RPG Splatoon game.
Yeah. Because she starts off because
it starts off like Borderlands bloody 1.
She gets on a train.
She's in the middle of a desert. She gets on a bus.
And the bus ends up in the middle of what looks like...
the city from Splatoon 2.
Except if you took the city from Splatoon 2 and mixed it with the city from Persona.
Yeah.
5. With all the wires and that crossing and all the signs. I mean, I don't see.
I don't see. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
I was just sort of like, is this a Splatoon role playing game? What's going on here?
But no, it's an actual sequel.
Which is fine.
Splatoon 2 was one of the Switch's launch games, so it did
really well.
Yeah, so it's roughly around about the time for them to start saying, "Yeah, there's a sequel coming, guys."
Yeah, and that's good.
So yeah, the one disappointment was no Bayonetta, no Hair Witch.
All I wanted was, if I'm honest, like even just a little bit of news on Breath of the Wild or Bayonetta.
Just to know knowledge that they exist.
Yeah, just for being like, I mean, and yes, okay, so we haven't got anything for Breath of the Wild 2 yet. We got that, which means it is still there. It's still there.
But we haven't had anything for Bayonetta.
We haven't had any word about Bayonetta 3, which is kind of worrying me.
God, we want our badass witch powers, please.
Yeah.
We want the badass witch.
I want my sexy witch.
Yeah.
Is that too much to ask for?
Clearly it is. Anyway, so
we're going to go from that, and we're going to go to
BlizzCon opening ceremony.
BlizzCon now.
Nintendo's thing was, I would say it's got plenty of stuff for people to look forward to. There was a lot of stuff to get interested in, and then so in comparison to that, BlizzCon. Now, yes, Nintendo Direct is more than just the Nintendo games that are coming. Yes. However, the BlizzCon opening ceremony was flat.
There was nothing there.
There was very flat. And I know, like, BlizzCon is usually a, like, audience-driven thing. It feels, like, a lot of the energy
even
stuff.
Then, I really don't think an audience there would have helped.
I was going to say the same. It was like, I don't think an audience being there would have had the, like... So, we'll go through what they showed.
They started off with World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
They started off strong.
Yeah, they
showed off the next part of
World of Warcraft. Shadowlands.
Yeah.
So the next part of the Shadowlands story, they showed Sylvanas, and instead of her being the big bad, it's like, no, she's actually working for someone.
She's actually an underling of this big bad person, and I'm just sort of like, is she ever going to get her comeuppance?
Yeah, no.
For what she's done.
Clearly not.
Like, she's clearly done bad things here.
Clearly she's not going to get her comeuppance. I can tell you this already now, she's not going to get her comeuppance.
Like, please do not give me the weird Disney sort of ending for bad guys that they do, where just like, oh, I did all these things because I was misunderstood, but I'm okay now. Yay. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
You did make a point of, like, when Blizzard was showing all the buildings and that like, Blizzard are desperately trying to beat Disney.
Yeah, which I am going to say this. They did this whole big this whole big montage thing, and then they showed off like outside Blizzard Studios, and I just went, that just looks like a Disney studio.
It does.
It looks exactly like a Disney studio.
Oh, it does. It doesn't help that, like, Overwatch is very Pixar-esque in its style. It doesn't help. But like the opening ceremony started off with, like, first the whole spiel of, like, oh well, 2020 was a very bad year. All
right, okay. Before we go any further, right, this needs to stop. This needs to stop. The Summer Games Fest. I swear to God, if any of you stupid companies decide to come out and be like, 2020 was a bad year. Yes, we know. We lived through it. We don't need people constantly telling us that 2020 was a tough and hard year to get through. We know.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not going to be like, oh, well.
Unless you're Jeff Bezos, Bobby Kotick,
Elon Musk.
In which case 2020 was just another fucking year for you guys.
Actually, it was an even better year for you guys. You made more money than you have done before.
Yeah. But yeah. the whole thing of 2020 was a bad year.
We know.
I really, really.
I had enough of that crap at the end of last year, with everybody going, "Oh well, 2020's been a bad year." You know, yes.
Yeah, I think this is the thing it's like, yeah, okay, at the very beginning, fine, we understand. You're just stating the obvious. Now it's like this is like the 100th person that has said 2020 was a bad year,
and we've all had to work from home. Yes, I know.
Yes, you've had to work from home. Good for you.
So have a lot of other people.
So have a lot of people. But do you know what else has had to happen? Quite a few people have had to go to work because either A, they couldn't work from home, or B, their employers are a bunch of dicks. And claim that they're...
Please just stop going on about how 2020 was a bad year.
Yeah. So there's that rant out of the way. I did like the bits in because it's kicked off with that montage of like people's experiences in games.
I like that,
especially the ones that were like the unique experiences, like the person that said that they were just like standing on a cliff in World of Warcraft, and
a mage came
and asked, you know, do you need some help? And then, like, they've actually ended up getting married.
Yeah.
Actually getting married in real life.
Yeah, I like that.
I like those stories.
I like the stories of, like, the guy that beat Diablo in hardcore mode.
Yeah.
And he was just sort of like, I just couldn't... I like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't mind those montages. It's the montages that, like, you can clearly tell are scripted.
Yeah.
They're the ones that I don't like.
Yeah. But then, obviously, then they went into WoW. I think after WoW was Hearthstone? We may get the order wrong.
It was either Hearthstone or it was WoW Classic.
Oh, yeah. No, they went into WoW Classic.
Yeah.
Which is introducing...
Which also, by the way...
Crusade.
Also, by the way, before we get any further... So, this is what I mean by the whole 2020 thing, right? In the, first half an hour, we had free presentations, right?
They didn't lead... No, what they led with was the arcade.
Yes, actually, no, they led with the arcade.
This is how underwhelming this was.
So, as we mentioned before, there's like, 30 games in
32 games in the
Capcom arcade. Blizzard only have three in theirs.
I mean, granted, yes. One of them is Lost Vikings, which is a very, very good game.
Well, the other two, I didn't even know Blizzard made them.
But the issue is like...
Actually, I'm not going to lie, I didn't even know Blizzard made Lost Vikings.
I knew Blizzard made Lost Vikings.
I did not.
Because they're one of the heroes in Heroes of the Storm.
I did not know
Vikings. But yeah, no, yeah. Lost Vikings is a classic and a really good game. And that's one of the three. But they're making an arcade thing. Like I'm trying to wrap my head of like, how many arcade classic collections is there? And how many of them have only 3 games?
Not many.
And I want to say 0. I can't.
Actually, I think it is just 0. I think. Oh no. 1.
Yeah,
Blizzard.
Blizzard arcade, and I'm like,
I would have just called it the Blizzard Classic Collection.
I would have called it. I think it all now comes down to how much are they going to charge for it.
Yeah, that's my question. Like, how much is that?
How much are they charging for it? Because if they think they can charge the same amount,
the Nintendo one's not that much. It's like what, 20 quid?
The Nintendo, the SNES and the
I don't
NES.
mean the actual. Console,
No, the ones that you can get on the Switch.
Yeah.
If you have the online, the yearly online subscription, that's for free.
Yeah, well there you go.
That's free.
Yeah.
For both of them actually. So,
and I think the Capcom one's going to be 25.
Yeah,
something like that. So I'm expecting it to be possibly about 15. Is what I'm saying.
I would probably say £15 max.
I'd a max. That's the way I'd go. That's my sort of.
Because
all right.
We're only getting 3 games, and you can make them run as smooth as shit, but you're talking about like 30-year-old games.
Yeah. They have improved the games, as they've said, but I don't care about those games.
But yeah, it'll boil down to how much they charge for it, because if they charge for like the same amount as other major collections, then I will be very disappointed, because it's for only 3 very old games.
Then they went into WoW, which brought up the whole the new story bits with the what the fuck's he called? The weird guy in the train. I don't know. I don't care.
I think it's the jailer, the person that's in charge of the underworld.
Yeah, something like that.
Basically going to he wants to destroy everything. And I'm like,
turns out it was his plan.
Yeah.
To do with Shadowlands, and it's just alright. So Sylvanas didn't do it because she wanted to. She did it because this guy told her to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah, considering all the stuff that she was spouting about in Battle for Asgard, it's just like.
So that's my question, right? Did she do Battle for Asgard because this guy told her to?
God knows.
That's my question.
God knows.
Is she not? She's not an asshole anymore.
I've given up that of WoW's storyline.
Trying to follow
actually
the story.
Have some continuity. I've given up on that. There will be some people that will be able to find the continuity in it, but I'm like, I've given up. It's like,
I don't care anymore.
Look. When it comes to MMOs and storylines, Final Fantasy 14 literally just has smacked WoW out of the park. Yeah. It's like, look, stop. Look, Square Enix, please stop. It's already dead. Please stop. Storyline. just. I'm not going into gameplay because they are different enough that I don't compare them. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't really compare the two together.
But anyway, like from that they went to WoW Classic. WoW Classic is introducing Burning Crusade, and I do think like the fan base of WoW Classic are like, yep, that's fine, perfectly fine. Just don't go beyond Lich King.
Yeah, because like
don't go.
The question with WoW Classic is, especially now that they're adding in
the expansions.
Like, how far are they going to go?
Yeah.
Because once you get to a certain point, it's no longer WoW Classic.
I think Cataclysm is the one that made the major changes that a lot of people didn't like. Yeah. So I think a lot of people will be happy if they stop at Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah.
So yeah, Burning Crusade. There'll be people who will be excited to go through Burning Crusade again. They are having a beta to see what quality of life improvements.
Yeah.
To be added. And which ones work and which ones don't, and I think that's the thing. I think a lot of people want the quality of life improvements that
normal WoW
has, but not all the bullshit that has been introduced with like Cataclysm and Battle of Asgard and Warlords of Draenor, etc.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of expansions to this game, isn't
WoW's been going for a lot of years. Like WoW was.
It's old. I know it's old.
WoW was out a few years old before 14 came out.
Yeah, I know that. Because like 14's on its
10 years.
It's 10 years. 14's on its fifth
expansion. If you count
Heaven's Ward, Stormblood. No, 4th expansion.
Yeah, but if you count
Realm Reborn,
then it's on its 5th expansion. I mean, granted, Realm Reborn was basically a reboot.
Yeah.
Pardon me. But yeah, what? It is a question of like, where do you stop?
Yeah.
Where do you stop? And do you? And if you do continue, are you going to not include things in the later that was introduced in the later expansions?
To which point?
I don't know.
What's the point?
I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know the like end game, the final plan for Classic.
Yeah.
To think that this whole thing, the Classic whole thing, was started with basically people modding WoW with a modded server so that it was just vanilla WoW.
Yeah.
Which Blizzard killed.
Because they wanted to do WoW Classic.
Yeah.
Because we can make money off it.
Yeah. Anyway,
they then went into Hearthstone.
Yep. I mean,
They announced the
next expansion for that, which basically translates to give us all your money, otherwise you're not going to be competitive.
Yeah, you need more money. Otherwise, you need to give us all your money. Otherwise,
you will never win a game.
You won't win a game because your cards are shite now.
Because the new mechanic will be broken as fuck, and the meta will completely change to focus solely on the new mechanic.
Yeah, but with that, they also announced it's basically Slay the Spire.
Yeah, there was a new mode which looks very similar to Slay the Spire, where you get a character and they level up as they go along.
I do want to actually see it in progress.
Yeah, I want to actually see it working because that'll make me decision of whether or not I actually give a damn to play it. They also announced Classic Hearthstone. So basically Hearthstone when it was on vanilla before the expansion pack.
So my question to that is like,
what is the point?
How is that different?
How is it going to work? Because a lot of the cards got changed, but also a lot of the cards have been either removed or changed or mechanic. Like,
so they're just
basically they're having a version that is Hearthstone Day 1. To which I literally go, you better not be asking me to buy some fucking card packs for that game, because fuck that. The only way they ask for cards is if you've tracked how many fucking card packs I've already had and bought and opened, and give me that many fucking card packs for free. Because I am not having a second version of Hearthstone asking for fucking more cards.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
Hearthstone Classic, man.
Ugh. I don't know how the hell that's going to work.
This is going to be Blizzard for the next few years, you know.
Yeah,
it's a classic version.
So
we're going to get Overwatch Classic next.
So from that they went to Diablo 4.
Yeah, they showed off the new class, the fourth class,
which is Rogue, which is a class that was previously shown in the first Diablo.
Yes.
So reintroduction to the Rogue class. It looks pretty damn cool.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
To be honest, Diablo usually gets all their classes to look badass as fuck.
Yeah. I might be the Rogue. I might be playing as the Rogue.
Until they announce Necromancer.
Unless they announce Necromancer.
Until. They will eventually have a Necromancer. It's just when they introduce
Yes, drop Necromancer. And then I'll just have my Army of Death. I've completed Diablo 3 now with my Army of Death.
Yeah.
I've just it doesn't even matter. Not even Diablo was that hard. It was just just everybody get him. Don't worry. I'll just stand in the back corner over here. And all my skeletons and my meat Goliath thing, you go over there, which my meat Goliath, because there's an ability where it basically explodes, but when it explodes, it then spawns 3 versions of itself. So then I have 8 skeletons, 3 goblin things, and I have a dead crow thing that fires things off it. I've just got an army just murdering bosses. Yeah. The boss fights don't even last that long. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And I'm just sort of like, yeah, this is the thing. And I could say, yes, I know what you're thinking, well, that just sounds boring because you're not doing anything. Yes, but it is generally really funny to watch a final boss not even touch you because they're too busy dealing with your...
You literally become the final boss.
Yes, with your add-ons.
It is actually, do you know what, this is the thing, it's like, it's the same sort of, pleasure I get from playing Doom.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal. It's like, no, you don't understand. I'm not the protagonist. I'm the boss. All these demons and that, they are fucking pitiful. And I will destroy all of them because I am to them the final boss of absolute annihilation, and there's not a damn thing they can do about it. It's great.
Especially with the Necromancer, if you can get the right abilities on your armor, my Necromancer, say they kill my skeletons.
Yeah.
The cooldown on my summon skeletons ability is so fast that I just summon one and then I can summon another one. Yeah. Straight off the bat. Just I can just keep pumping them out like a factory.
As long as you've got the mana.
As long as I've got the mana and because of the way the mana works in the game, and also because of the stuff with the armor, and the Necromancer the mana just spewers back up because my skeletons are doing damage to the enemy. So I can just pump these things out like I'm a factory. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, the introduction of the rogue class is great. I think there's going to be new. There's going to be at least another one, maybe 2 classes announced before launch.
I do get a feeling it might be DLC because Diablo usually comes out with 4 classes.
Usually, they may do, but I could also see them announcing a couple more.
They have announced a PvP mode for Diablo 4.
Yeah, which I'm literally looking at.
And a big big giant open world thing that they're going for.
Yeah, they're going for a big giant open world. I'll want to see how that works.
Yeah.
But it is Diablo. The combat is going to be the combat, and the loot system is going to be the thing that makes or breaks the game.
I'm looking forward to Diablo 4.
Hopefully they learn from Diablo 3 and not have the bullshit that was the market.
Yes. Let's hope that we don't have that. They then went into Diablo 2. Was it remastered?
Yeah, they're making a
Resurrected.
Resurrected,
that's what it was called.
It's basically remastered Diablo 2, which a lot of people still say is the best Diablo game. And
I'm going to go off them. I do not know. I've only played Diablo 3.
Yeah, I've only experienced physically playing Diablo.
And even then, Diablo 3.
Diablo 2, though, I've seen a lot of people play it, and it does look really, really fun. They've kept the aesthetic, but they've given it 3D models. And but there's also the option.
They've learned their lesson.
Hopefully, they've learned their lesson. There is the option to still play Diablo 2 in the original thing. So, for another example of a game that does that is Escape from Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Escape from Monkey Island, when it got remastered, had a new game style, but you could still turn it into the old pixelated pixel art form. And I found that it's nice to have that, so that people who don't necessarily, maybe not like the new way,
maybe they have a fondness for that.
Yeah,
for that
they want that extra hit of nostalgia of the old style. So yeah, it's going to obviously, as all remasters should, come with all the DLC, all the expansions, etc., and
it's also coming to console.
And it's coming to console.
Console, which is obvious that they were obviously.
Yeah, they were going to do that. But yeah,
that's fine. It looks alright. Me personally. Well, this is probably because I jumped on Diablo at Diablo 3.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in 4.
Yeah.
Than I am in 2.
Yeah.
But obviously,
there are plenty of people that will probably look at that and go, "Yeah, that's interesting."
Yeah. Which is
so. From that, they went to. Was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. So notice we're not talking about Overwatch.
Yeah, they had no Overwatch on the.
Nothing for Overwatch.
They just had a behind the scenes thing
which was afterwards. So they had nothing for the opening ceremony. No announcements. No, and I'm kind of concerned now. I mean, granted, Overwatch is kind of a big cash cow for them. I don't think they'll pull the plug on it, but I'm starting to get worried on it because there has been very little news on it, and there has been it's all been almost a year now since there was any sort of development on Overwatch, the first one.
I think they've done the game patch, but other than that,
the game is starting to stagnate.
Yeah,
because there's been no new maps, no new characters. The only changes have been balance changes.
Yeah,
to which I'm still like, fuck you, you nerfed Diva and buffed Reaper, which meant that she was no longer the counter to Reaper, and it's like, fuck you, you've still got Reaper able to out heal all the fucking damage he's taking.
Yeah,
it's like, no, I don't want Tank Reaper. Tank Reaper is bullshit. But yeah, I'm kind of slightly concerned, but also I think this whole thing just was disappointing. Is the word.
There was nothing there.
There was nothing apart from Diablo. A lot of it was yeah, remember when we made this game? And remember when we did this? And remember when this happened? And remember when you used to like us?
Yeah, a lot of it seemed like that.
And I think
especially
it just hammered,
the Diablo.
Yeah.
The Diablo Resurrection announcement. it really seemed like, hey, do you remember when you liked this game and when we were best buds? Remember that? Hey, remember? We're still that company. We're still that company. No, you're not.
I think, this BlizzCon, especially without a crowd to, like, give and feed off energy, this BlizzCon has highlighted that the BlizzCon everyone knows and loved.
They're not that Blizzard anymore. They are
Blizzard that basically made BlizzCon. The BlizzCon that had StarCraft tournaments. The Blizzard that made Overwatch. That made Diablo 2. That started WoW. That launched World of Warcraft. That was based around its community. That Blizzard is gone.
Yeah,
it's not there
anymore.
This
is the thing. Like, what we need to start doing is actually calling them by their actual name,
Activision,
which
Blizzard.
is Activision Blizzard. They're not Blizzard anymore.
They're not Blizzard. I think it's as proven that the Blizzard people know and love, the Blizzard that everyone like goes around defending, is no more. It's not. The people that were in charge that made it that way, they're not there anymore.
Yeah.
And
they all answer to Bobby Kotick.
Yeah, and it is literally like, look, it's Activision Blizzard. They are.
I mean, the writing's been on the wall from
over a year ago.
I'd say Diablo Immortal, mobile game.
The reaction to Diablo Immortal, the fact that they clearly did not read the room.
Yeah. Well, they didn't even read their audience before they got into the room.
Yeah, the fact that the fact that they thought there was going to be nothing on, and yes, a lot of stuff has come out with Diablo Immortal, like, of mobile games, looks like it's going to be one of the better ones. Like, there is actual, like, effort, time, skill, and that has been put into making the game work and still be a Diablo game. But the problem is that they did not realize the attitude of the gaming fan base,
especially their gaming fan base.
Yeah, like because Blizzard, the vast majority of Blizzard fans are PC players, and yes, there's a lot of gatekeeping in the PC community.
Well, there's gatekeeping in
because there's gatekeeping everywhere.
Yeah.
Every community, but like the whole meme of the PC superior bloody master
the superior race,
the PC master race, and all that sort of thing. Like, it's a meme, yes, but it exists.
Yeah, it exists for a reason.
It exists for the meme exists for a reason, and mobile games have a reputation, especially when it comes from the major AAA game industry. This was not so long after Dungeon Keeper Mobile.
Yeah.
That travesty. Not so long after Command and Conquer Mobile was released, and that cluster fucking fuck. So like the perception of mobile games is that it is shit. Like, it is a fucking hellhole of manipulative, monetized bullshit, and for you to basically say that's you've got a Diablo mobile game with its loot-based system that can easily be manipulated into a monetized bullshit meat way. I mean, the market in Diablo 3, for example, like the fact that it can be done like that. Oh, and there's also Elder Scrolls thingy.
Oh yeah, that got announced as well.
Yeah, like the for them to not read the room and not know that was coming should be a huge.
Also, the fact that the other thing was, like, they bigged it up as like the next big Diablo game in the franchise. When, as much as you want to say, it's a good game and all that, it's not the next big game.
No, it's not.
It isn't. A mobile game will never be the next big thing.
No.
In gaming.
No,
and so for them to basically lead on their Diablo fans to be like, yeah, this is the next big Diablo game, and then be like, oh, it's mobile.
And then the joke they made Do you not have phones? That's not the reason why people are pissed.
People aren't pissed about.
People don't want to play.
And then I think last year's BlizzCon, which was like fucking, we need to plaster something out there, which is why, well, no, the year after, which is why Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 was shown off.
Yeah.
Forget
about BlizzCon.
Yeah. Which was
just absolute... to point out that that's still a thing.
Because last year's BlizzCon was cancelled.
Yes. But yeah, it's. I think, like I say, this year has highlighted that what people remember and love about Blizzard is no longer there in Blizzard. Like, the people at the higher that stand in front of a camera and say, we love the community and the cosplayers and the stories that they come with and all that. They may say it, but I don't get the impression that they mean it.
Well, that was the thing. Like, even during some of there was a couple of the presentations.
Clearly reading.
Obviously everybody was reading from a script. But, like, at the same time, like, it didn't seem like they gave a crap.
Yeah, there was nothing.
About what they were saying.
There was nothing that felt genuine.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the World of Warcraft guy. The one who was like...
Also the last for Classic.
Yeah, they seemed to... But the Hearthstone guy didn't really seem to care where he was. The Diablo guy didn't... The Diablo 4 guy who was announcing the Rogue didn't really seem to care. And what's his face, honestly, like, please he can still be the head of Blizzard if you want, but please let's have somebody who actually knows how to present something, because he's not very good at it.
He was robotic. It was robotic from him.
He's not very good.
And yes, we know he's following from a person that had that connection with the fan base.
Yeah.
And had that ability to come across as someone who genuinely loved the company he was in and loved the things they were making.
Yeah.
But
he just came across as a robot.
I think the problem, two things. One, is that no matter what Blizzard do, he will always be known as the person that gave that bullshit apology that wasn't an apology.
Yeah. We're sorry for not
fulfilling your expectations. Okay, so how did you do that?
Ours. Yeah, but what are you saying sorry for, buddy?
What exactly did you not fulfill your expectations on? And yes, there will be some people that will listen to that may somehow listen to this and go, "Oh, that happened years ago." I don't give a fucking shit. They deliberately broke one of their own fucking rules to please a fucking totalitarian government because they gave them money. That you don't just forget about that shit. You earn the right. You have to earn your forgiveness for those sort of things. And no, yes, it's the same with Yves Guillemot and Ubisoft. Until he goes, I'm never dropping what the fuck that happened with Ubisoft. No, not gonna happen.
But I think
it was disappointing, this one, because especially the fact that there was nothing for Overwatch, and a lot of it was, remember when we were good, guys? Remember that? Remember, hey, we used to like us.
You remember this game? You like this game, don't you?
And the lack of a crowd just emphasized that, I think.
Yeah.
It just emphasized. It shone a massive spotlight on, like, yeah, this is not the Blizzard that people used to know and love. This is not that Blizzard anymore. That they are no longer. That they are just another AAA company, because they are. They're Activision Blizzard. Yeah. And it's sad.
It is, but unfortunately, it's just the way things go.
Yeah, it is the way things are. Unfortunately,
when you get bought by a big company, it
I think just the way corporations is set up at the moment, the way this so-called capitalist system, and I don't like calling it a capitalist system because all it is greed.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily. I wouldn't even class it as like pure, like actual capitalism. Personally, but that's fucking.
Something completely different.
That's preferential and all that sort of like theology and all that. I just basically like. I don't like the dehumanizing aspect of everything.
I know. I'm the same.
And it needs to change, but I don't. It's one of those where you're like, how the fuck do you change it?
Who knows? Maybe next year it'll be better. Maybe.
It might be.
You always gotta look on the brighter side. You've always gotta look.
You are the positive, bright side of life person. I am the cynical pessimist that thinks of the worst and prepares for even worse.
I do look at the world in a sort of like a, oh god, this sucks kind of way. But the thing is, the way I see it, even with the gaming industry and everything, I see like if you can't see something better, if you can't look something.
I mean, there is something better. It's called Devolver Digital.
Yeah, that's true. But like, if you can't look and see that they can change to go that way, then what is the point?
Yeah.
What is the point in being like, no, you need of like calling them out on their bullshit? Because if you don't call them out on their bullshit, if you call them out on their bullshit and you don't see them able to change,
I mean, let's all be honest. It could be worse. It could be the WWE.
It could be the WWE. Oh my god.
With some of the bullshit that company is at the moment doing.
Oh my god.
And it's just like, how the fuck are you...
But anyway, on that note...
yeah, before we go into that rabbit hole...
On that note, this has been a long one.
It has.
It is.
Oh, fuck, 2 hours.
Yeah, see, this has been a long one. I do hope you've enjoyed this chat. Any comments, as usual, just leave them down below. Anything that we've chatted about. Your opinions on anything, all are welcome. I do hope to see you in the next chat. Bye now.
Toodles, everyone.